Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
Today's second date update is one of those days where you get an email in and it's so interesting that you just want to find out what happened. We got an email into the show from a dude named Michael, and all it says is that he met a girl at the gym and tried to think of an interesting way to introduce himself, and it almost ended up in the hospital.
Whoa.
So I want to know what happened. What's up, Michael? How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I think you succeeded in the interesting category because everybody wants to know.
Okay. Should I just tell you?
Maybe tell us about the girl a little bit. What's her name?
Her name is Brittany, and yeah, I met her at the gym.
And had you seen her a couple times, or was this the first time running into her at the gym?
No, I've seen her for a while, and she's like incredibly beautiful. And I mean, I listen to you guys' show a lot, and I know a lot of people are, say that they're, dating this beautiful girl and that, but I think that this girl is probably like next level, like beyond anything.
Are you trying to brag right now, or are you just excited?
I'm not trying to brag since she's not calling me back, obviously.
Okay. Good point.
All right, so had you tried to talk to her before the incident that almost put you in the hospital?
No, I hadn't. The thing is, like, I've seen a lot of guys try to talk to her, like walk up, try to whatever. And she's not rude, but just like gets rid of them, is always just like keeps herself to herself.
Oh my God, you have been stalking this girl at the gym.
I don't know if it's stalking. She's hard not to notice. And anyway, that's what I've seen. So I didn't want to be one of those guys. I didn't want to be just the next in line to strike out.
Okay.
So I was like just trying to think of something I could do to ideally make her laugh, which seems like the best way to get a girl interested,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right on with that.
So what'd you do? You fart on the treadmill next to her?
No, what I did was she was on the treadmill, and while she was working out, I jumped on the treadmill and started running behind her.
To her treadmill?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, sorry, didn't see you there. Maybe you can go a little faster.
That's great.
That's not funny. That's dangerous.
Yeah.
Come on, loosen up.
I'd be like, whoa, dude, this treadmill's not big enough for you to be right behind me.
Yeah, and I would have to think scary for her as well. Like, what the hell is this weirdo doing?
That's funny.
I thought it was really funny, but her first reaction was definitely a little scared.
Yeah.
And
No.
I kind of like flipped around and turned backwards, so I like got my back to her running, and I was just being funny. I thought, it was going to be cool, but our feet got tangled.
Oh, no.
And we both, went flying
Oh,
and totally bit it.
Oh, dude.
Oh, my gosh,
Oh,
it
man.
sounds so painful.
What a fail.
And you were able to still somehow score a date with her after this?
Yeah.
Well, that's the crazy part. So, I mean, she was super pissed, and I had to, talk to the gym supervisor. I got a warning, and, I mean, it was, pretty disastrous. But when I went outside, 15 minutes later, she was standing there, and she was kind of she was upset. She thought, she was like, I could have gotten hurt. And she was right. And I was like, I'm sorry about the way I did it, but I did it because I think you're really pretty, and I didn't know how else to talk to you.
Aww.
And, yeah.
That's kind of sweet. Then.
Well, it obviously got her, too.
Yeah.
I can't believe she fell for it, but okay.
I don't know if she fell for it. Maybe I got the A for effort. I don't know. But I basically was like, let me buy you a drink. Let's go hang out for a minute. And she agreed. So we ended up going to the bar down the street, and it was really nice. But after 30 minutes, she looked at her phone and was like, I really got to go. And she left, and that was it. And now I'm like, she won't text me back. She's ghosting me.
Whoa.
And I don't know what to do.
That's
No idea why.
I really don't. I mean, I would have understood, before she didn't want to talk to me, but we kind of had a moment. We went out and it was going somewhere. And that's why I'm so baffled. I really don't know what happened.
Yeah, she still went out with you after maybe risking a concussion or a broken bone or something. And then all of a sudden on your date, she just ghosts. That's weird.
So wait, you haven't seen her at the gym either?
Yeah, no, I haven't seen her there. It's been a week, and she's not been there the times that I've been there.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah, she definitely has switched up her gym schedule because she doesn't want to see you.
Yeah.
What'd you do, man?
Well, I mean, the fact that I almost killed her might be it. But,
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Makes sense.
All right, well, we'll play a song, come back, and then call her and get your second date update, all right?
Thank you.
Hang on.
Moving 92 92.5. Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
If you're just joining us for today's second date update, this dude named Michael is on the phone and he wants to call Brittany. And he almost killed Brittany at the gym, and now he's wondering why he's not getting a call back. It's not quite that serious, but he did see Brittany at the gym for a long time, a girl that he wanted to talk to. And finally, one day he got up the nerve and thought he'd be funny. So he jumped on the treadmill at the same time as her to try to be creative. Ended up falling off and everything, but did go out on a date. And then shortly into that date, she just ended it and took off like half an hour in. And he hasn't heard from her since.
See, I feel like, Michael, you were expecting too much. I think this was actually a pity date by Brittany.
What?
I mean, granted, you're the one that injured her, but it's a weird thing that women do when we're like, oh, but he feels bad, so I feel bad for him, and I don't want him to feel bad.
Well, I don't think it was a total pity date. I mean, I have something to offer, I think. But at this point, I'm just like trying to figure out why she's ghosting me. It just doesn't make any sense to me, to go out with me and then just like bail like that.
All right, well, I'll dial her phone number right now, get her on the phone and see if we can find out what happened. Okay, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Brittany, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Brittany, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi, Brittany.
You ever heard of it before?
Ever heard of what before?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
I'm not sure.
All right. It sounds like you just woke up. Are you tired?
Yes.
Well, good morning,
Well, I'm sorry about that. Well,
sleepyhead.
so we're calling you because we actually got an email from one of our listeners who asked us to call you.
Okay.
You want to know who?
Still not registering, is it?
She's not awake.
Well, no, I'm intrigued.
Okay. His name is Michael.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
All right. And you met Michael at the gym recently.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you went out with Michael on a date after and left pretty quick into it, and you haven't contacted him since.
That is correct.
Okay, cool. Well, Michael emailed us because he wants to know what went wrong.
Oh, well, I mean, it was just like, I wasn't really sure how I felt, I just couldn't really deal with it. First dates are weird, so.
Did you? This was my theory, okay? My theory is that you went out with him as a pity date because he told us about the whole treadmill fiasco where he injured both you and him.
Initially, it kind of was. I'm like, oh my God, such a weird guy. I'll just go out with him and get him off my back. But I don't know. I'm not really sure how I feel about him, and I felt really awkward. I had to leave.
During the drinks that you guys were having, you felt awkward?
Yeah, I'm still like kind of going through like a breakup, if you will, sort of. I'm kind of sensitive, so it was going really well, and I'm just so surprised that I liked him, and I don't know if I'm ready to, move forward with a guy that I might like, and I don't know. I'm just sort of a mess right now emotionally.
Oh my God, that's
Oh,
really
that sucks.
sweet.
But you could tell that you liked him that much just from that experience?
Yeah, we had a lot in common, and we started finishing each other's sentences, and yeah, I was taken aback at how attracted to him I became throughout just that half hour, and the feelings were kind of overwhelming that I had to excuse myself.
Wait, how long have you? Are you single right now, or are you still in a relationship?
No, I am single, but I had a fiance, and it was very messy,
Yeah.
and it's only been about 5-6 months or so, and I promised myself that I wouldn't date anyone for at least a year
Yeah.
to really get over this guy, to be fully open and available for a new relationship. And, it wouldn't be fair to Michael, to be in, to date someone when I'm like this. So,
But you could still do stuff with him.
Jubal!
I mean, that's a good way to get over a breakup.
well, that's the thing. I felt like this could be a really special guy in my life, and I'm really not ready for that. So I really need a year to heal and be available, and it's only been about 6 months or so. So
Okay, so you just want us to tell him, you just want us to tell him that he's got to wait 6 months if he wants another date.
Kind of, probably.
I feel like that is so emotionally responsible of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you really are aware of where you're at in the healing process, and this guy is obviously not just a rebound guy.
Correct. And, I don't know if he feels that way about me or anything, and I'm just like, whoa, this is happening way too fast. And so, I don't know, it's a little embarrassing, but...
Oh, that's so sweet.
Well, I was saying we could tell him that, and I think you could probably just do it yourself, though, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
You're not serious, are you?
I am 100% serious. Michael?
Brittany, how you doing? Sorry about that.
Awkward laugh.
That's not fair. I didn't know you were on the line.
I mean, I'm just like blown away right now. I really just thought that you didn't want to see me again. I can't believe.
I'm really sorry. I didn't really know how to process everything that was going on. And, obviously now you know everything I've been going through. So it's just, I'm sorry.
Yeah, she wants to see you again just in 6 months.
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and that makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, I'd really like to see you again. And if you had a good time and feel that same way about me, it's kind of crazy not to at least hang out,
Yeah, I just, I don't think it would be fair to you either, because I'm not, completely 100% there yet. I'd still be thinking about my ex and, not, I don't want to bring any like crap from that relationship into this. So it's just, I'm trying to be responsible and careful with, my emotions. And
for sure, I hear what you're saying. That's really good that you're like processing that. At the same time, though, it's like so rare that you meet somebody. I mean, I really feel like, you're like the most beautiful girl I've ever met. And, like after talking to you and like your heart is like even more beautiful on the inside. I mean, I just.
Oh, you're so sweet. That was the best compliment ever.
I'm tearing up over here.
Oh.
no, that's really beautiful, and I appreciate that. And I would love to say yes. I don't think it's a good idea right now. And like you said, it's not, every day you meet someone so special. So like, I'll still, if we're still there for each other in 5-6 months or whatever, like, cool.
Brittany, look, you've heard everybody swooning about how hearts and love and all that stuff are beautiful.
God, you're romantic.
If it is in fact that beautiful, don't you think you should just go for it?
I see your point. It's just, I think that'll be too messy. I need more time to heal and be confident and figure out like who I am as a person. And
yeah, that's
I was
good.
in this relationship for a long time.
Right.
One last question, and I've heard what you said. You said you're not interested until you feel like you've healed enough. But would you like to go out with Michael on a second date? We'll pay for it.
Brittany, before you answer, I know you've said no to me and them asking like a whole bunch, but just please think about it. I mean, I just want to say that if we had that much of a connection after 30 minutes of hanging out, it just seems crazy to me to risk throwing that away. Like, why don't you take a couple weeks and heal, and then maybe we can, like, get together.
Yeah,
listen to him, Brittany. I mean, there's no such thing as good timing. These things always happen when you least want them to.
No, I hear you guys, and I appreciate it. It just, I promised myself a year. I think that's a good timeline to feel better. And so I just have to, regretfully decline.
Brittany! Come on!
Brittany, I think you're making a big mistake because, as somebody who's gone through a lot of breakups and always promised myself at the end of those that I would wait a certain amount of time, I've always jumped in like into another relationship at about the 6-month mark, and you might be missing out on a really awesome breakup.
Wait, yeah, exactly. I was going to say, Jubal's such a good example of healthy relationships in this world.
I fully support you, Brittany. Stick it out. Stick to your guns.
Yeah, thanks for that. Michael, keep my phone number, and like in 6 months, we can see what happens. We can still see each other at the gym, maybe.
Oh, man, that's too bad. Well, I will definitely call you in a few months.
Oh.
She said 6, not a few.
Stick to the rule.
Yeah.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Getting lots of texts in at 78592 that are kind of surprising. Everybody's saying the girl from today's second date update was just giving him a line.
What?
If you missed today's second date update, Michael wanted to call Brittany. They met at the gym. They hung out for a little while.
Yeah.
Then she left the date and hadn't talked to him. Well, we got her on the phone, and she said that he was amazing.
Yeah.
That she liked everything about him. That she felt a strong connection. But that she also just got out of a relationship and was giving herself a year to be single before she got back into a relationship. So she wasn't ready to date yet, and he could contact her in 6 months.
Yeah.
And maybe they could go out again.
I mean, she had been engaged, and she said it was a messy breakup and that it had been 6 months since they'd broken up.
Yeah.
But she did start out the description of the date saying it started as a pity date.
Yeah, she did say that. So
Weird. I believed her. I just thought, hey, she's
I did
sticking to her
too.
guns, you know.
I thought so too, and I was like, good for her for not caving if that's what she thinks she really needs.
But
that
the
is-
listeners have a point.
It's an interesting wrinkle that I didn't think of.
Me neither.
I mean, maybe we were being naive.
I don't know what to think now.
Maybe we were being naive, or maybe our listening audience is very cynical.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also
And I appreciate that. Or just the world in general is like,
Yeah.
oh, come on. That's a line. Nobody waits that long before they get into a relationship. If they meet somebody they really like, you'll throw caution to the wind and you'll get back into a relationship. She's full of crap. She didn't like you.
Either that or it's just a really good explanation on why there's so many dysfunctional relationships out there, right?
That's true. Remember, if you want to do a second date update, all you have to do is email the show and we will call the person who didn't call you back.
Moving 92.5.